Gaika, could you tell us a little bit about how you got into this whole environmental sustainability action kind of area?
My father was a scientist and he was into fuel cells, and so we were kind of raised with an awareness of these things. And then once I started to tour as a musician, and I really travelled around the world and kind of saw firsthand some of the things that we don't really see. Deforestation, damage to shorelines, pollution from upturned tankers, the effect not just of acute disasters, but of kind of gradual climate change on people's livelihoods, particularly in the global south. For me, it was like that realization that, okay, maybe my dad was right about all of this. And so I started to just take more of an interest in it. When I put records out, my own solo records, and it kind of coincided with the Trump presidency and all of what was happening in America at the time. You go from talking about something to shouting about it, or from shouting about it to screaming about it, and from screaming about it to trying to do something about it. And for me, culture is kind of one of the most powerful things that we can do, because it's convincing people, literally.
Is there something that the industry should be doing that's bigger and better than they're currently doing?
We use so much electricity, we use so much jet fuel, we waste and pollute the earth with festivals and so on. And these things can and should be done in a way that is less damaging. As musicians, we're touring constantly because we can't make a living from recording music. So you're kind of forced in this bind where to survive, you're having to do something that you might be fundamentally against. So then you have to think, what are we doing? Like, why is this happening? And let's have the conversations within the industry about why we're forced to tour in this way. I think we're all responsible, but I think fundamentally it's got to be down to the record labels. People engage in so much stuff because it's convenient and at hand, without considering that this thing comes from somewhere. Somebody down the line is getting shafted, right? Someone somewhere. So I kind of want to talk about those things in my music, simply because I think switch the lights on, right? Like, look at what's happening.
What would you like to see happen that's different over the next few years or so?
When I think about the climate crisis, it's come about because of the behaviour that was started during the colonial era up till now. It's been continuous war for like 500 years. It's insane, right? And that's what churns up the earth, is that behaviour of like, right, we need to build ships, let's chop down all the trees, right, we need this, we need to make more and more stuff. What comes afterwards is just more respect for our world, like, rather than trying to exploit the earth and everything within it, but to actually realise that, like, we're guests upon it, What comes next may be worse, but if we can think about it being better, then we can make it better. Can you say